Hi, and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff. Today's part 3 of unboxing and building Iron Man Lego set 31199. So far, we've gotten 5 of the 9 squares done. And this is what we've accomplished so far. The next is going to be here. I wish we could get this all done tonight, but I don't think we will. I think it'll require 4 parts to get this done. But it's time to get started, so let's start building. And just a reminder, hit the like button, please. Reward me for the efforts that I put into this by hitting the like button. I always sincerely appreciate that. You can always leave me a comment below, or I guess in the chat. I'm sorry, wrong. We're not doing a video. We're doing a live feed. And just in case you're wondering, yes, my thumbs do get sore from doing this. Pushing all these little dots down does eventually hurt your fingers. Hey Nick, how you doing tonight? Thanks for joining. Hi Jenny, thanks for joining in tonight. Appreciate that. I've had a pretty good day, Nick. Been very productive. How's your day been? I like being as far as we are on this set because the first square was just a border, or a background I should say. So now I like doing this because we're filling it in and we're getting the face done, got an eye done. This week was a little bit slower on the orders for Bricklink, Jenny. But I never complain about that. It's anything I get is a blessing. And they always say beggars can't be choosers, so I'm just grateful for whatever I get on there, on Bricklink. Oh, did you work on any of your blockheads this weekend, Jenny? Because I know you mentioned in a previous live feed that you had some blockheads you hadn't gotten to yet. I still need to make a video about Frankenstein and the wife of Frankenstein, because I bought 2 Frankensteins and my daughter asked me to make a headpiece for the wife of Frankenstein, which I have, so I could do both. And I need to. Well, nothing wrong with having a lazy weekend. Those are fun too. So, in fact, some of my best weekends have been lazy weekends. It's not too bad anymore, but when the 4 kids were younger, let me tell you, there were some wild weekends, just with all the drama. So, yeah, like I said, sometimes the weekends that nothing happened was the best. You know, the old saying, less is more or less. Yep, that's definitely true when you got kids. Oh, and as far as the city goes, I've been working on that as well. And I've been working on the Corner Cafe, the first modular that ever came out. And I think that was 15, 16 years ago. I already have inserted an extra level. So mine's 4 levels tall from the original 3. What I did this weekend was went through my stuff and was trying to figure out if I could do a 5th level, another level right in the middle, so that it actually has a hotel to it. Because right now, the original hotel is only 2 levels, and the bottom level is like a undecorated food place. The interior is completely barren, and so I've decorated the interior before, and I still have it. And then now I'm just trying to put more levels in between to make there more beds for the hotel. That's for bedrooms for the hotel. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear the 2 cats. They're fighting upstairs like crazy. And I can hear them thumping on the floor. I'm not sure if you all can hear that, but that's certainly not anybody in the house. It's funny because one cat is 8 years old and the other one's 4, and the one that's 8 hates playing because he's older, and the younger one's always bothering to play. And so when you do get the older cat to play, the younger one doesn't get it. He's not playing. He's out for blood because he's upset. And he's always getting clobbered. So I kind of feel bad for the younger cat, but you'd think he'd learn because they've pretty much been together for a couple of years now. So you'd think he'd learn, but he hasn't taken his cues yet. Baby blues. Yeah, I think I've seen a few of those. I think my favorite one, little comic I've ever seen of baby blues, is the one where I think it was the title of the book. I don't think it was an actual comic. And it said, it was when they had 2 kids, and it said, if we have a third, we're outnumbered or something, I think is how it went. And that is certainly true. I was at Target earlier today, and I had the money to buy the three Sith sets like this Iron Man one to make the big Darth Vader. But I searched high and low, and well, they didn't have it in stock, so I couldn't do it. And by the time they have it in stock, I'm not going to have any money. That's the way it always goes. I will say Target's one of my favorite stores, but the only problem I have is I can't get out of there with less than $100. Okay, 13. Sorry, talking to myself here. I promise I won't argue with myself. That's always my promise to you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have the camera on that. Did anybody see the or get the Lego email today? The one that talked about the 10,000 Club, the Lego Ideas. That's what it is. I saw the set that got the 10,000 votes, and no offense, but I don't see it. It's a space-like set. And I'm not really impressed. I don't plan on buying it, even if it does come out. And as far as Barnes & Nobles goes, I used to spend a lot of money in that store, especially back when, before Disney bought Lucasfilms. I used to read all the Star Wars books, but the problem with that is when Disney took over, they uncanonized all the books, and when they did that, they lost me as a fan, because I probably read, I think there's close to 100 books, and I'd read just about all of them, and then Disney comes along and says, no, those are no longer the Star Wars story, and I said, nope, you're not doing that. I'm not participating in that, so I quit. I haven't bought a Star Wars book since they did that. Did anybody else here read Star Wars books? Or used to? Or, you know? And I was a late bloomer on the Mandalorian story. I only started watching it a little after Christmas, the first 2 seasons. And, you know, I don't like to discuss politics, so this is not a political statement, but I do not agree with the firing of Gina Carano. And the reason I don't agree with it, 2 reasons. Number 1, I do believe in freedom of speech, even if that speech is considered reprehensible. I mean, basically, I don't think there's a reason to cancel somebody for making stupid remarks. I mean, it just shows their intelligence level, really. And I mean, whatever, it's neither here nor there to me. If you want to look like a fool, you want to look like a fool. So I believe in the freedom of speech. And the other problem was, I know Pedro, the guy who plays the Mandalorian. Hey, John, how's it going? He had made some comments that were similar to hers earlier, a few years back, and nothing happened to him. So I thought that was unfair. And I guess there's a third thing, and that is how they handled the firing, how they did it. They didn't contact her or agent. They just put on social media, hey, you're fired. Or no, hey, we fired her. It wasn't even directly at her. So I think that that's very unprofessional. I've been a manager before. I have managed people. And when it comes time to do something like that, that needs to be a face-to-face meeting. Yeah, I've heard that, John. Catherine Kennedy's gotten a lot of hate for that. It's all over Twitter. And nobody's making, and the funny thing is, nobody's making it political. Well, I can't say nobody, but the posts that I'm saying are not political. They're not saying, hey, I agree with what Gina Carano said. Nobody's saying that. What everyone's saying is they shouldn't have handled it that way. They shouldn't have fired her that way. Oh, John, I'm building Iron Man. Here, let me show you so far. So there we go. And in fact, we're done with the square, so let me peel this apart just a little. Yes, these are all Legos, John. They're little round, 1x1 little bricks, and probably not a good idea to grab a black one up against black. So let me try this color here, red. So, all right, let's start the next square. Yeah, they've got one, John, that's Darth Vader, which I did a time-lapse speed build on that one probably about a month ago. And if you buy 3 of them, which is kind of expensive because they're $120 each, so for $360. But if you buy 3 of them, they build it. You can build a giant Darth Vader with holding his lightsaber. Oh, sorry, Jenny. You were talking about this. Sorry. There's about a 30-second time delay from what you guys say and what I see on the screen. Hopefully that's good enough because I can't see whether it's on there or not. So I apologize. Yeah, John. A lot of people have called this Lego pixel art, and I agree. It is an art. In fact. I am going to be doing, and I hope my daughter doesn't watch this, but for her birthday, she's a Cinco de Mayo baby on May the 5th, I'm going to do a Spider-Man for her. Using this pixel art. Okay, so it showed up pretty good. I wasn't watching the screen for the delay. So we've got, on this piece, we got a little bit of border. But it is not quite all border. In fact, it's only about maybe 1/5 of it is border. If I remember, John, you're a Trekkie fan mostly, but also a Star Wars fan. Okay, you guys tell me, am I experiencing any lag? Because I'm getting a warning the bit rate's too low, but it doesn't look like it's lagging to me, but I'm just wondering if it's lagging for you guys. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Jenny. I appreciate that. This particular set, no, it's not hard to keep them organized. I just keep them in piles. Now, once I'm done with this, because you can build 2 other things with this, I am storing the extra pieces in, what do you call that? Plastic bags, like a sandwich bag. And I actually, several of them, because I keep them separated by color. That way, if I ever want to go back and rebuild it real quick or change the build, it's real easy to do. It's a good question, Jenny. Oh, light bright, yes. You know, I used to have one of those as a kid, and I know it's going to age me, but if you two are talking about it, then I don't feel too much out of place. Which actually, I have to say, YouTube on the analytics page lets you see the demographics of who watches, and the majority of people that watch are actually my age. So I thought that it would be a younger crowd, but hey, you know what? That's pretty cool. I don't feel so out of place sometimes when I mention things, because sometimes I wonder if my jokes are over people's heads, and probably are, you know, sometimes. But the fact that the demographics is mostly my age makes me feel a little bit better about the things I say on here. There's nothing wrong with dating yourself. They say that wine gets better with age. So do we, as humans. And just a sneak peek, this week's video for the city video, the city update, I should say. I built the green grocer, and I modified it just a little bit. Not much, just a little. So that's coming up this week. It will be a day late because Winnie the Pooh will be Wednesday because it comes out tomorrow. And so I get it tomorrow, I'll put it together tomorrow night and make a video. They release that for Wednesday, and then Thursday instead of Wednesday will be the city mock update. It's getting exciting. I'm real excited about building the green grocer because that means that I'm working on Main Street, which is like just awesome. It's going to be the best part. I definitely have more Legos than my store. My store has about 750,000 pieces, 800,000 pieces, somewhere around there. And I have over 1 million in my personal collection. And plus all the sets that I have. I have 1,100 sets, a little over 1,100. So, yeah, I definitely have more than my store. What's a great idea is closing down the store and just keeping all the pieces for myself. Anyway, just kidding. I will not do that. Well, John, you've showed me pictures of your dad's train collection, and I have to say that is very impressive. And I think I've told you that my dad, he collects trains as well. He collects the HO scale, mostly. He has some N scale, but mostly HO. Starting to go cross-light on this one. Yeah, moves can be really rough on your stuff, man. I had a, what do you call it? I had a suit get ruined in one of the moves. Which made it fun looking for a job once I got there. I had to scramble and buy a cheap suit that didn't look cheap. There's nothing wrong with a good hobby. I'm a big fan, proponent of hobbies. I think they're relaxing. I also like to garden, besides Legos. I just about live Legos, you know, sleep, breathe them, eat them. Well, I don't eat them. But having a hobbies is a good thing. They're really relaxing. I think sometimes it's easy to get lost in this build. Yeah, it kind of is. Just no grout. Which that's fine. Grout can be messy. I think the hardest set was the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon. That was the largest Lego set back when it came out. Now, the the Roman Coliseum has now beat that in pieces, so it's no longer the largest. But it was pretty rough. If you messed up, especially on the framework, on the Technic, you were going to be there for hours peeling it apart and putting it back together, which I will admit, I did have to do. Yeah, erector sets for fun as well. I like those. Do you think they're... actually, I just read an article that Lego's no longer going to print their instructions with a black background. Enough people have complained that it's hard to see, and it is. And so they didn't say what color they were going to print them in, but no more black backgrounds, which I'm going to appreciate. Well, this is as far as we've gotten. We've got a little bit of a shoulder in here. And we've got the rest in here. So we got 2 squares down tonight. And I think this is where we're going to stop tonight. And we'll go ahead and set up another live stream here in a couple days towards the end of the week for the other 2 here. Thank you for joining, guys. And be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And also you can head over to my store, Bricklink. The link is in the description. It's called a Chip Off the Old Block. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough characters, so I had to cut off toys, so it's just a chip off the old block. All right, guys, be good to each other, and thanks again for listening, and see you guys on the next video.